Welcome back to This Side of 40. This is your girl Lou, and I have a small haul, and I'm gonna do like an eyeshadow look. I'm not gonna make it as long as last time. However, I just wanted to share my haul with you. I did go to Cara Beauty, and it's a website. Their products look amazing. So I got their Spice Ride palette, and this is a cheek ombre palette. And I'm impressed because this looks like it's going to work on my skin tone. And look at this. This is like the highlighter section. And then this will be like a blushy section for me. And this will be a contour or a bronzer section for me. Yes, so definitely. And look how creamy those are. They came off so easy. And no effort at all. No effort. Just went on. So that's the first thing that I got. Then I got two palettes, and out of the two palettes I got this one is Bailey versus Kaylee, and it looks like this. Now, this palette, you can't see it as good as it looks in person. It has like a holographic-y, let me see if I can get it to do it for you guys. But it has a holographic-y sheen on it, and this thing is amazing. Now, you get two palettes in one for $24.99. I did purchase this with my own coin. So, see that? Yes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Then the next palette I got from them is the Girl Scout palette. This is how the packaging looks. Comes in a nice little sleeve. I will admit that this came in a lot quicker than I thought it would because of everything that's going on. Then inside of it, these are the shades you got. Now, this has, it's called the Girl Scout, and it has names of marijuana in it, or things you do with marijuana in it. And the names are here on the back as well as on the inside. This retail for $14.99. When you spend $30 with this website, they give you free shipping. That's something I liked. Now, I ordered one of these Lipides, and they gave me the second one for flip free. Now, I ordered colors out of my comfort zone because my goal with anything new that I'm going to be ordering from here on out is to be out of my comfort zone. So none of these colors, none of these products are in my comfort zone. They were supposed to be out of my comfort zone. Now, this one is a melon-y color, and I'm going to swatch it on my lips. That is a beautiful color. Now, all I need to do is line that with a little something. And that is a beautiful color on me. Now, the second one, let me show you what it looks like. Now, this is the one I did not order, and this one is in a metallic-y shade, and I could see me wearing the two together, and it swatches beautifully on its own. See that? Yes. So, though that's all I purchased, I'll be back right in a minute so you guys can see the eye look I'm going to do on one eye off camera and come back and let you guys see the other on camera. Okay, so this is the look I came up with that we're going to recreate. Okay, so let's get into it. So I use Bailey today. It's pretty much all Bailey. I did use one of the products from one of my project pans. Well, two of the products from my project pans along with this look. So let's get into it. This is Shop Miss A brush. I'm going to go in to this shade here. And I forgot to carve out my crease. So I'm still using that concealer from from a project pan. And this is a cream-based concealer. I can honestly say cream-based concealers, as far as I'm concerned, are the business to do your eyeshadow looks on, because it just makes enough clean space for you to. And this is the concealer from the Shani Cosmetics palette. Which is my Teal Finish project pan that I'm working on all by myself. Well, how I found out about this eyeshadow company, or this here particular company, was from a lady named Stacy. Stacy did a palette, a bingo palette eyeshadow look with somebody else, and I was just looking at the color payoff on the company's the product she was using, and I was like, okay, I gotta try them out. So I ordered a small order, just got, you know, just a couple things, and from what I'm seeing thus far that I'm already doing, I'm enjoying everything I got. So I'm gonna start off right here underneath my brow with this brown here, and this is just so that I can have a transition shade up by my brow. If you knew me in person, you would know that I don't have a lot of lid space. My eyelid space is very small, so what I do is I overcompensate for my lid space by basically making it look full higher by making my eyebrows up in a higher spot. 1, 2, going in and basically imagining the space in for my brows. Now the gold I'm going to use underneath my brow did not come in this palette. This is from a project pan that I'm using. It's from my Wizarding project pan. This is the gold here. I have quite a few golds and going in different project pans, which that was kind of not on purpose, but hold on a second, guys. Sorry, my daughter's in her room doing an eyeshadow look for fun, and she's always on Snapchat, so. So there that goes. Now I'm going to go in right with this shade right here in my crease area. And I know they have names, but honey, if my eyes could see that, I'd be doing good. I wouldn't need no help. But I'm getting older, and squinting that hard is just not for me. Now I'm just doing this in my crease, just so I can have something to build the other shades on. Now I can tell you guys wholeheartedly how I'm holding the palette like this. These colors, this palette, this, and I'm only using one side of the palette today just because I want to like get to know it. This particular brand on first like go has been so fun. Now if you see my son, he's in there doing his video game thing. Like, we have 10,000 things going on at our house right now. My son's doing his video game thing. Ricky's in there watching TV on Netflix, some kind of show. My daughter's doing her Snapchatty thing. We just all are, which sounds crazy, but we live together, but we all have 10,000 things going on right now. Like, I decided to come in here and start doing this. Now, I'm going to go in with this red. Let me tell y'all something about this here red. When you have as much melanin in your skin as I do, red is usually like that one color that could go to mud real quick. Really, really, really quick. And even on top of another shadow, you see how this is building up so easily? And I haven't redone the brush, I haven't redipped it, I'm just going back and forth, building her up in that area. And she's just amazing. Now, this palette retailed for $24.99. You get 2 palettes and 1 palette. That was the first thing. Victoria, she has her own channel. And Victoria, I'm gonna have to start remembering your YouTube name, because girl, you always sharing on Instagram like what you hauling. I wish, and I wish, like, I watch you, I do you here and on Instagram. I wish you would share a little bit more on here. And I know you said that you try not to be braggadocious or whatever, but girl, for me, who's like not, I don't know all the brands. I only go like to the dollar store, Walgreens, Walmart. I just started going to Ulta before all this started, and I shop on Sephora online, but I have never, I've been inside Sephora, but I haven't been inside Sephora, if that makes any sense. Like, me and Sephora, we had a bad experience, but I feel like it was just the sales rep I was dealing with. It wasn't Sephora themselves, it was just the sales rep I was dealing with. So I'm definitely going to give them a retry once all of this is over, because I want a full face of Fenty. I want the powder, I want the foundation, I want all of that. And I definitely, this is why I stopped BoxyCharms, is because I was seeing people share stuff, and BoxyCharms, she wasn't getting it for me. Like, I wanted to try new things. I didn't want to get the same stuff like over and over again. Now I'm going to go on with this, and this is like a brown with like a little bit of like a red hint. It reminds me of a mahogany. If you've ever seen mahogany, true mahogany, mahogany has like a little bit of a reddish tint to her, and that's what this reminds me of. Now I'm going to go back in with this smaller brush I used the red with, and I'm just going to swoop that up in this outer V. Now I'm going to cut out my crease one more time with that concealer in a smaller brush. This is an e.l.f. brush. I've done a couple videos on here recently and some on Facebook. So when I first started out, I was doing videos on Facebook, and how it started was me and Grandma had decided that we were going to do an eyeshadow look every day for October for breast cancer awareness, or really cancer awareness. Grandma at the time had cancer, and we were just doing a look every day, me and my bestie. And she wasn't actually in the videos, and like Facebook still has them on there, and that's the reason why I keep my Facebook. Other than that and the Fantastic Ladies, I have no need for Facebook. And so I'm there, and I basically wholeheartedly was like doing an eyeshadow look every day. And my mother-in-law and grandma were both like, you should just do YouTube. Like, grandma had like really encouraged me to do YouTube. I had been wanting to do YouTube for like 2 or 3 years prior to me starting my YouTube channel, and I just didn't want to do it because I felt like, one, I have content. It's not like I don't have content. I have plenty of stuff I could do videos on other than panning. Like, I have content. I have a lot of content. And I just didn't do it because I felt like it was never the right time, if that makes sense. It was just never the right time. And then grandma got sick and I started taking care of her here at home. And when I started taking care of grandma here at home, I had the time because grandma, when she was here, my best friend had her shows she was watching. She had the stuff she was eating. It was just like my little break when Ricky came home. When I was doing my YouTube videos, it's either when Ricky was home or when we have a friend named Ivy. She would come over and keep grandma on the weekends when I went to my salon job. Because at that time I was only working at the salon on the weekends. And the reason why is because I had cut back my hours at the salon so I could take care of grandma. In case you weren't aware, grandma was Ricky's grandma. She wasn't my grandmother. My grandmother, I have two grandmothers that are still living. One lives here in Arizona and one lives in California. But Betty Jo, her name was Betty. Betty was my best friend. We used to do all kinds of silly stuff together. We would go out to, because this house has been through a lot. Ooh, a whole lot. But me and grandma would go to IKEA, Home Depot, all kinds of stores. Like painting here, me and grandma picked it. Furniture, me and grandma picked it. Pictures, decorations, my deep freezer, my refrigerator. It was just like me and her doing everything together. Even though she wasn't my grandma per se, she was just like my best friend. I met Ricky's grandma before I actually met Ricky, and I never even told anybody this story, but basically I used to work at a salon inside Walmart. And when I was at that salon, Ricky's grandma, and Ricky has an uncle, he's gone on to glory too. Grandma and Uncle Alfred used to come into Walmart all the time. And she was a dresser. Like, that girl could dress. She was a dresser. And she used to see me at the salon, and she would just talk to me. And we would just talk, and she was really, really, really nice. She was just that sweet little woman, and she was top heavy, and she always was a looker. Even to the end, she was a looker. She had her hair perfect all the time. She never wanted her hair to be out of place. Like, if she went to the bathroom, when she came out, she had already redid her hair every time. Even with her dementia, because she had dementia. Even with her dementia, she still kept her hair done. And I would take her to the nail shop and keep her hair did, because I didn't want her to not look like she looked. That was my bestie. She was Betty Boop. Boop-de-boop. That was my girl. And so, me and her would go shopping. She loved red lipstick. That was her, oh my God. That was her stuff right there. She wore a good red lipstick. And she had like 80 different tubes of red lipstick, because she said red lipsticks, there was like 8 different colors of red lipstick. It wasn't just one color of red lipstick. And she used to tell me that all the time. Like, people don't realize that red lipstick has different shades, undertones. Because I had told her I couldn't wear red lipstick, and she told me, girl, everybody can wear red lipstick. Everybody. Now, this lash is the lash I got off of eBay. I got this lash off of eBay. And, so, that's the reason why I wear red lipstick now, but before, oh no, girl, bye. I wasn't wearing no red lipstick nowhere. But she was like, everybody wears red lipstick. And because of her, I really found, like, looked into which red lipstick would look better on my skin tone. Like, I bought a deep freezer and a washer and a dryer from this place. It's called Van Caps. They're here in Phoenix if you live locally. And they sell new and used pieces. But she would tell me about it all the time. Like, all the time she would tell me about it. Like, while we were working on the house, she would be like, you need a freezer, you need a freezer, you got kids, you need a freezer. And so I was like, girl, I don't know where I can get a good deep freezer. And she was like, oh, we gonna find the place, because we needed a new washer and dryer at the time. And I'm getting my glass glue on my lashes. She was like, I know a place, I know a place. She would always tell me she knew the place, but with her dementia, she couldn't always show me. And we used to go for rides, like, all the time. We'd just get out and get in the car and just go for a ride. We didn't necessarily get out of the car all the time. Sometimes we would just go get something to eat, come back home, or go and mill around a store, not buy anything. We're just doing something to do something. She worked until like 2 weeks before her dementia like really set in. And so we'd be out and about, and finally this one day she was like, there it is. We were like about to pass it, and like she said it, so like I had to flip back around and we went in there, and the guy remembered her that owned the place. He remembered her, and he gave me a discount on my washer and my dryer and a KitchenAid. And I like KitchenAid. He gave me a KitchenAid deep freezer. He had a mini dishwasher, because our house is a tiny home, and I bought all my appliances other than my refrigerator and stove from him. And they have their own repair department, and our freezer broke recently, and they came out and fixed it. It's not indoors, my deep freezer, so the guy came out and fixed it. They're very affordable. Very, very, very affordable. And I'm using this turquoise right here as the inner corner highlight. Now, I can say one thing about these glitters, and this is my first time ever using a glitter from a palette. These glitters are easy to work with. Very, very easy to work with. A little too easy, because you can get them all over the place real easy. They're easy to work with because I'm not going anywhere. I can do it under eye look. Now, I can say that these eyeshadows do have fallout. However, all eyeshadows have fallout, and because of me working with really, really inexpensive eyeshadows, I've learned how to control fallout. And so I'm going to go back in with that red on the outer third. I've learned how to control fallout. So that's one. Then two, the fallout in this, it actually stopped after I finished my first eye. Like, it wasn't as much fallout. So I think that's just because when I first got into the palette, because I'm used to working with inexpensive eyeshadow, I may have picked up too much product. Now I'm going in with the gold, and this gold is my Solitaire Project Pan. So it's two different kinds of gold I used. The gold on my lid and the gold under here are the same that I put my gold on. And now I'm going to go in, and I'll be done with this video. I do apologize, my videos are so long. I'm not good at editing, so I'll be honest. So this is their Spice Ride, and this is an ombre cheek palette. And let me tell you, these two colors right here, now it is powdery, but this is the contour shade I've been looking for since I started wearing makeup. Just warms the face back up, but it's not a stiff line. Let me show you guys one more time. See, that's so much better. And then adds that dimension back into the face. Now, I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer under the eye. I know I'm not going anywhere, but still I want the look to be complete so you guys can see. Like, these products are so easy to work with and easy to clean up. Please don't come for me. My blender's a little dirty. I've just been working with it today. This and then the highlighter that they have that's in the same palette, like, girl, let me tell you. See how that, I use the same brush, just barely anything, and this company probably is about to be somewhere I really order from. Like, this middle shade I could actually use as a blush on my skin color. And I know you could swipe straight across, but I'm just showing you guys, like, I'm recording. Sorry. Hi, guys. This is Mummy.
Bye, guys.
So, I'm sorry, I'm not taking that out. So that is the eye look. And if I'm going to pair that, because I am one of those people who likes to pair things up, I definitely prepared this up with a glossy red. Not a matte red, this is like a fun... This eyeshadow look for me would be a date night look. See you guys next time on this side of 40. Hope you like the look.